Okay, tonight we're here with Ben Faraday Smith and Rob Longstaff at BDJ Sessions, talking about our live stream event coming up, our concert coming up, and we thought we'd get together and just chew the fat and just see what's going to happen with the event and other things that are going on with you guys. So first I'd like to say welcome. And thank you for coming on, and you guys have got experience with the BDJ Sessions YouTube platform, and please subscribe and look. But Ben, for you first, what was your experience? You had a gig and playing in front of a small crowd in a live intimate performance. How did you find that?
Well, I found it was a really amazing experience. Actually, I didn't quite know what to expect. So I've watched a couple online, but I hadn't been in the space that you created here, and the way that the audience was here, and when you took the lights down and became a stage, I was surprised how quickly the space turned into a performance.
I found
the vibe happened, and it was and I think you have a tendency as an artist to rise to those occasions.
Yeah, I found what I've been noticing is it's sort of. You got it's not a major live performance, but you get feedback, and I've seen the performers feed off that a little bit, rather than just playing in a studio. Yeah.
I mean, 20 or 30 people in any venue is a good performance, that's kind of what you have here, and everyone's here is music lovers too.
Yeah.
The whole crowd have come here to see music, so straight away the vibe was there,
Yeah.
and I think that's the best environment to showcase any sort of artist, And then your equipment and the way that the people you have working for you and the way it rolled, I was pretty blown away how professional it all was, and the product that you produced. I was like, whoa, I'm glad I came with my A game, to be honest with you, because
mate, I think
it was
you did. It was a really great performance, and and I think this is we're progressing into our next level, and Rob, I think the live stream performance it's like gaining momentum because of. Well, I feel that it's opened up. COVID's a positive that's come out of COVID is given musicians now with live streaming a different platform. Maybe different is a strong word, but another platform to get their music out there, and the possibility of earning, getting some monetizing it, I suppose, with selling tickets and. Where do you think, live streaming? Do you think it's got future? Do you think it's never ever going to take over live concerts? But do you think there's possibilities with live streaming?
Yeah, definitely. There's a definite future for live streaming. I'm a technophobe and I couldn't monetize my way out of a wet paper bag, but for a lot of people, it's very beneficial.
I've noticed, John, you've been on so far over in Munich, and I think you've experienced. It's playing a small crowd and being filmed and a small intimate concert. So I feel that live streaming's that, and then the ability to sell tickets it's as I say, just another platform for busking, I suppose.
It's great that people are jumping on it, and it's going to be wonderful for a lot of artists that have been suffering through these strange times.
Yeah, and. When you get to something like this, as for people who don't perform in they're not musicians. How do you set up? How do you get into a mindset for setting up a set list? Do you do that? Do you think about it beforehand? Do you come into it and then when the 5 minutes before act? How do you prepare yourself for something like that?
I can't remember if I set up a set list for my last show here. It's something I'm trying to do more.
You had you had the beans, the violinists as
Beans
well.
Jumped up for a song. Yeah, that was great. I'm starting to write set lists again, and then I'll break out of that set list depending on how the night's going, or if I realise the next song doesn't suit, I'll skip it. Or
yeah. And Ben and you feel like do you work on it prior? Do you think do you get the vibe of the place and then work? Because you both have got a multitude, many songs that you can pick from.
Yeah.
And do you walk into a place and feel like it's going to be rocky, or moody, or is that something that you'd consider?
Yeah, to a point. Like I like to have a group of songs that I can pick from, just so I don't forget any that I know. Because quite often, like if I don't have that, afterwards, be like, oh, that would have been a great song to play at that moment, you know. But I think there are safe songs that are going to do right anywhere, you know, anytime. Good starting songs. Yeah, and I would move them around through the gig, you know. Sometimes you can't. I feel anyway that you can't sort of hit to a higher note for too long. You've got to sort of bring it down, just to give people a bit of a...
Yeah, because we're keeping it to about five songs or a half-hour performance. You know, we've got 5 performers coming. You guys, 2 of those, and our events going for about 4 hours, 4.5 hours, I think it is. And yeah, so you got to make that punch, and then create.
It'd be hard to read an internet audience.
Yeah, well, yeah,
unless you've got a screen where they can start throwing comments up.
And and I think that's one thing too. Is like feedback. I was only looking at one, and the first one we did with L, the letter L. Yeah. Fortunately, somebody sent a message on the Facebook, like, because that was our first. Turn the volume up. You know, so you sort of because it's all new, especially it's new for us.
Yeah.
So you know, and again, if I hadn't already said, I'd like to thank you for being involved, because you know it's a fantastic opportunity for BDJ Sessions to have you guys performing. And do you find it? Do you think about? Is it daunting to sell tickets? Like if other musicians watch this, you know, it's up to the group as a whole to get people involved and sell tickets, which is what we're sort of trying to do now. Is we're putting something together so that people can know who the people are, who the musicians who are performing, and hopefully join on and watch at that time to buy it. Do you think that puts pressure on musicians to sell, where it's a venue's responsibility previously? Like you have followers come to it, you know, the venue sort of markets and sells the tickets. Do you feel like you've got any involvement in online with, you know?
Well, because of the way the industry's changed, and then now with COVID, the onus is on the musicians, you know, to take on other roles, and yeah, that includes selling tickets and promoting or doing whatever you have to do to get the numbers.
Yeah, and this is like it's like we were talking earlier about when the internet came along and people could start downloading music for free. The music industry had to learn how to sell their wares differently, in a different way. So this is all a new learning curve, and we're got to just learn for you guys how to get it out there and be paid, rightfully so, but be paid for what you're doing. And you know, and hopefully reaching the positives that I see, reaching a much larger audience. Like I watched one, there was someone from Mexico who logged on, you know, and if there's a bit of a following, like, you know, as I mentioned, like you're from England and you know, you're over in Munich and you might have contacts over there, go, oh, I'll watch that, and so there is opportunity for a much wider scope. You know, and so do you see that as a real positive thing for the industry?
Well, I think it's a new time, isn't it? You know, right now it's a new time, and it's a
exciting,
new concept, and it's time for innovation. I think what you're putting together for that night isn't something that's easily done for free. You know, like you've got multiple cameras, you've got multiple artists, you've got a lot of money coming in to create something like that, and you're innovating an idea. So I think that if the product's good, it will speak for itself.
Yeah.
And especially if the current situation keeps going in the world, then you're starting essentially a new way of doing it. You know, because a lot of people are live streaming. They're just live streaming from their bedrooms, or they're putting shows on. You know, like one single artist, but you're showcasing a bunch of artists.
Yeah.
At a certain time, you know. So Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's exciting. It is. It's like you
Yeah.
say. It's a new. It's formulating it. And it's. I think it's getting momentum. You know. I think people are getting used to it, and I find the younger generation, like when I grew up, it was go down to the local pub and watch the band at the pub. Well, now people are on their phones, and it's not strange to watch a podcast or watch something. And if we keep it to like a half-hour performances, it's not. It's I find it's not something they might flick off. It's they're there to watch it, you know. And yeah, so
Oh shit! My dog farted. Sorry. Oh, which one? Which one of you did that?
if you hadn't noticed, we've got 4 on the couch here, and it's okay. So we're very cautious about social distancing, but doggies don't have
dogs
that
apart.
issue, and you know, but
It smells like that.
but you know, but it means we're all relaxed. It's all like family. You know, we're really comfortable with each
I felt
other's.
comfortable enough to drop one around me, buddy.
Yeah. So,
The fan's on. Nice one.
And it's blown that way too.
oh, that way. So yeah. So and Rob, you brought a violin in. So do you think that you just be playing guitar, acoustic guitar, and is that what the performance will be for both of you, or?
I'd like Beans to come back and do another song. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a blast. I don't play with many musicians.
Mm.
I don't like sharing the attention or the money, and so it's nice to break out of that occasionally.
Yeah, and
Well, I've since I've been to Sunshine Coast, I've put a bit of an act together. I've got a percussionist, a guy called Drew Noosa, and a saxophone player as well, and a bass player. So I wasn't too sure what format to bring in, but I was thinking about bringing someone in.
yeah, well,
Maybe the conga player. I'm not sure yet, but I've still got a few weeks to figure it out. So
yeah, well,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
I
was
think
gonna-
look, if you want to see these two guys, please log on to our YouTube channel. They've both got fantastic performances on the Backdoor Jams YouTube channel, and look, I think you guys we're really lucky to have you, and thank you for coming along tonight and talking about it, and I'm really looking forward to our live stream concert coming up on December the 6th.
yep.
December the
Okay.
6th at 4 o'clock we start, and it's 4 hours, and look, and the tickets are just they're $10. They're $10, and I'm getting some feedback from the bleachers. It's yeah. Yeah. It's, anyway, I think
Keen as, thanks guys.
Sunday, yeah, BDJ
Sunday
Sunday Sessions is what we're calling it. So look, if you got an opportunity to get a group of people together in your backyard and you put the TV on, it's for $10. You log on, you get 5 fantastic acts. These two guys have been around the world. They've got a great sound, and I think it's really well worth it. And please support Sunshine Coast live music. And yeah, it's thank you very much.
Give a bit of a rap with the other 3 guys too.
Well, we've got other musicians coming, which is Mason Hope. We've got Hayden Hack and Cleveland Blues, or Cleveland it is. He used previously Cleveland Blues. Fantastic performances, all of them. And Hayden and Mason Hope have been on our channel as well. So, you know, and Maya, say you guys are getting great hits. You took off straight away too with the views. It's really fun because we've got 20 up now and 21 videos up, and so we're watching the hits, and you two guys went with a rocket. People.
Of course.
So yeah, and look, and we'll be following with a couple more.
My Facebook friends that logged on and watched it. You guys are rock.
Yeah, well, I think 50 of them were my views. I kept watching them.
I think a few. My mum watched a few as well. She clocked a few.
I haven't watched it yet. I was there.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's quality sound, and I do like it, and we've got a lot of friends now who with all the like YouTube repeats one after another, so we were at a party and they just put the whole BDJ sessions on,
Yeah.
and one after another, and it was actually great entertainment. Watch it, having that live
Yeah.
music in the background.
Yeah.
And look, it is live. It is original. It's all original music. So if you log on, you're helping us support and build, live music on the Sunshine Coast and original music. So please help us and join, and we're looking forward to this coming up. So thank you, gentlemen, for coming in.
Thanks, BDJ.
Thank you for
All
putting it
right.
together.